Now let us see the minimum requirements for a construction of air cooled heat exchanger as per American Petroleum Industries 661. So these are the minimum requirements recommended in the code, and this will also be the reference or the base for review of the design and construction of air cooler. Let us start with the minimum thickness of air seal plate. Air seal plate. Here the code says the metal used for air seal construction shall be 2.7 mm within the bundle side frame and 1.9 outside the bundle side frame. The bundle side frame air seal plate is between the header box and the fin tube, and mostly the thickness used is 3 or 3.15 mm by the supplier, but the minimum thickness is 2.7, and 1.9 mm is the minimum thickness outside the bundle frame. It can be the air seal plate between two bundles or between the bundle and the tie beam of the structure. And next, the corrosion allowance. Corrosion allowance has to be has to be specified by the purchaser, and in case purchaser has not specified, the minimum corrosion allowance is 3 mm for carbon and low alloy steel, and mostly for stainless steel it is not considered, it is 0. However, no corrosion allowance may be considered for tube gaskets and gasket contact surfaces. And next is the nominal thickness of header components. If you do not know the header components, you can see here is a typical sketch of a plug type tube bundle. This is the tube sheet, plug sheet, top bottom plates, and in the plan view you can see the top plate, a plug sheet, tube sheet, and the end plate. And this is the fin tube on the side frame. Now we will go to the various parts of the header box. Minimum thicknesses. So the minimum thicknesses are different for carbon steel and high alloy steel. For carbon steel, it is 19 mm for tube sheet, plug sheet, and high alloy steel, it is 16 mm for tube sheet and plug sheet. Top, bottom, and place 12 thick versus 10 thick. Removable cover plate 25 versus 22. Fast partition plate, stay plate 12 versus 6. And one more important note is for carbon steel, this minimum thickness includes the corrosion allowance. For high alloy steel, the minimum recommended thickness do not include the corrosion allowance. And the minimum thickness is considering one groove. When you consider two grooves, this minimum thickness is difficult because you have to accommodate the minimum distance between two grooves is 3 mm, and also you have to accommodate for the thickness between groove and air side and groove and process side, which will be 7 and 6. And when you calculate, the minimum thickness comes like approximately I think 22 or 25. When we go to that subject, we will see that. And next is the minimum clearance for the cover type header for dismantling. Either you have to provide 5 mm minimum thickness or provide a jack screw for the dismantling of the cover plate. And there are two types of bolts used in the cover type header, which is either a through bolt or the stud bolt. For through bolt construction, the minimum diameter, nominal diameter is 16 mm, and in case of stud bolts, it is 20 mm. Coming to the minimum flange bolt spacing, most of the bolts are 16 or 19 mm. The spacing is 38 and 44. And next is the minimum thicknesses in the case of a plug type tube bundle, and the minimum thickness of a plug gasket is 1.5 mm. And this is a table of minimum nozzle neck thickness. This is derived from ASME B36.10 m up to NPS of 4 or 100 NB. All these are schedule, excuse me, all these are schedule 160, and above NPS 4 it is schedule 80. These are the minimum thicknesses for the nozzles. And as far as I know, there is no different thicknesses for carbon and high alloy steel. all the same. Now coming to the tube wall thickness, the carbon steel is 2.11, high alloy and non-porous is 1.65, and titanium 1.24. And the most important part here is the minimum thickness for the groove embedded fin tubes is the thickness considered from the bottom of the groove. So automatically, if it is a G embedded fin tube construction for carbon steel, the minimum thickness will be 2.41 and high alloy steel is 1.95, because the groove depth is 0.3 mm maximum, which is 0.25 plus minus 0.05. So another 0.3 mm has to be added for the minimum thickness. And now coming to the fin thickness, is thicknesses provided are the stock thickness, but after finning, the tip thickness will be different because of the thinning effect during the spiral finning. But anyway, we'll just come to stock thickness less than for fin heights less than half inch or 12.7 mm. The minimum thickness is 0.35, and for 12.7 and above, the stock thickness shall be 0.4 mm. Now let us come to the minimum thickness of fan guard mesh. This fan guard mesh shall be 2 mm for a size of 40 and 3 mm for a size of 50. The fan shaft and gear shaft coupling shall be non-lubricant type. It shall have, this is the minimum service factor for couplings. It has to be 1.5. Now this is the reference sketch we wanted to discuss, so that we will know the various parts of the tube bundle. And mostly what we are covered, the minimum thickness is all the plate thicknesses, tube sheet, plug sheet, top, bottom, and plate tube thickness as well. Now if you want to just remind yourself, the for carbon steel the minimum thickness is 2.11, and stainless steel the minimum tube thickness is 1.65. Tube sheet, plug sheet for carbon steel is 19, and stainless steel is 22. So some of the parts you can remember immediately. And for nozzles, it is scheduled 160 up to NPS4, and above NPS4 it is scheduled E80. Since we want to restrict every video to near 5 minutes, I think the remaining minimum thickness requirements we have to see in the next part. As far as part 1, I think this is the end of the session. Yeah, thank you.